Thank you very much. Most of the boys and girls that are here today are beginning this year, just in October, so what you're hearing is the product of about 2.5 months of hard work, and the remainder of the boys and girls have been playing for 2 or 3 years. The reason we perform a Christmas concert is because most school systems don't have the band play at Christmas time because it's a little too early, but since they work so hard, we let them play, and then you can use this as a comparison so you can see their improvement by the end of the year. Right now, we're going to have a flute duet, and it's going to feature Jenny Clarino and Jessica Ferrara on flute, and they're going to be playing the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is called Ode to Joy. Next, we will have a clarinet trio, which is Jessica Raffone, Sabrina Conte, and Kathy Holford playing O Come All Ye Faithful. Next, we will hear a person who just began this year playing saxophone. Sean Vegas will play This Old Man. Now, once again, we will hear the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, but this time it will be played on trumpet by Vincent Benevento. Now we will hear a flute quartet. Jessica Parati, Alicia Rascati, Jenny Clarino, and Sonia Citron will play Yankee Doodle. The reason I'm featuring most of the boys and girls as small groups or solos so that they get used to playing in front of an audience. At the end of the year, I combine all 8 elementary schools, and we have a large concert at the high school. This year there will be about 350 students in the band. Also, another beginner on the alto saxophone, Alvin Cole, will play We Wish You a Merry Christmas. When people look at the trumpet, they say that instrument must be a little easier because it only has 3 buttons, so it only plays 3 notes. When actually it's a little more difficult than the others because it only has 3 buttons. You have to use all the muscles in your face to change the notes. So when you sing a song like, for example, in kindergarten, it may be an easy song to sing, but it's very difficult to play on certain instruments. Right now, we're going to hear a trumpet duet. It's going to be Merrily You Roll Along, featuring Melissa Hobart and Vincent Benevento. Now we will have a saxophone quartet. Joel Amato, Frank Imperato, Mario Marcotti, and Matt Russell will play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Next, we will have a solo played by Santa Claus, Robert Lynn, O Come All You Faithful. once said, Mr. Martino, please make sure you tell the audience I was only playing Santa Claus because I can't give gifts to everyone here. Next, we will hear a Hanukkah song played on clarinet by Joe Consiglio. Next, we will hear Matt Santangelo playing Joy to the World. Next, we will hear Chris Monks play Yankee Doodle on his clarinet, and Chris is also just beginning this year. Next, we will hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it's going to be played on a bigger saxophone called the tenor saxophone, and it will feature Robert Sand. The last solo that we're going to feature is a trio of Angels May Have Heard on High, and it's going to have Lauren Maloney, Jennifer DiFrancesco, and myself on flute. we're going to play Jingle Bells, and we'd like you to sing along with us. But before we end the program, on behalf of Mrs. Danziger, myself, all the teachers here at Ferrara School, and our principal, we'd like to wish you all a very happy and safe holiday. Thank you.
Thank you. When I came to the Momauguin school this year, there were 3 students who played instruments, so I knew it was going to be a challenge to get a band together. But I demonstrated the instruments, and there was a lot of excitement. And what has turned out is that we have a group of hard-working students who have made one of the best bands that I've heard from the Momauguin school in a long time. What you're going to hear today is going to feature a lot of the students in solos and small groups, and then at the end of the year, we're going to have a large concert combined with all the other elementary schools, and will be about 350 students playing at one time. In addition to that, in January, the students are going to audition for the Honors Band, which is the group who makes the marching and parades, and we also have a jazz ensemble, a flute choir, a clarinet choir, a brass choir, and a percussion ensemble. So those all meet after school, so from now until the end of the year is when the program really takes full swing. So now that we're through the fundamental stages, that you're going to see their progress even faster. The first thing we're going to hear is our group of first-year flutes, and they're going to be playing something called Happy Tune. Next, we'll look at our clarinet section, play Merrily We Roll Along. Next, we will hear a solo on an instrument that you don't see very often anymore. It's called a cornet. It's very similar to a trumpet. It almost sounds the same, but it's a little bit shorter. It's going to feature Ian Reed playing Lightly Run. This is a trumpet, and this is a cornet. So they're slightly different. Jojo Valentin, clarinet, April Carrillo, and alto saxophone, Susan Giametti will be playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Trumpet duet featuring Manny Valentin and Kristen Dillon playing the Marines hymn, or the some of you may know this as the theme by Beethoven. Comes from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony called Ode to Joy. Our Christmas song, Mary Lincoln, will be playing Up on the Housetop. Selection, we're going to put all the boys and girls together into a band, and we're going to play Jingle Bells. If you'd like you to sing along with us, we're going to feature our percussive section. Thank you very much. On behalf of all the boys and girls in the band, we'd like to wish you all a very safe and happy holiday. And did they do a great job out there? to the program, so I know that if everyone is really quiet, then Santa Claus is going to be really, really good to us this year.
Graduation, but I hope that you enjoy the very first piece that they're going to do is the poem, it's a Christmas poem, their wish to you. noises of nails being hammered and lines of toys being wound. One elf was sent into the forest to get some more lumber for the wooden toys. As he got farther and farther into the woods, he began to forget which way Santa's shop was. He turned around a few times to listen, and he heard some scary noises. Now he was completely lost. He didn't hear one sound from the toy shop. It got later and later. Finally, he heard a sound from far away. It got louder and louder and louder. Now he could see what it was. It was Santa practicing his reindeer for their long trip ahead on Christmas Eve. One of the reindeer saw the elf waving his pointed red cap, green cap. They picked him up and whizzed him back to the toy shop. He was very glad to be back, even if it was because he had lost his way.
Today you're going to hear a lot of the boys and girls play solos and in small groups. So the first one that you're going to hear is a duet, which means two people playing the flute. It's going to be Danielle Augustine and Elena Santinello playing the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is called Ode to Joy. Next you will hear the song This Old Man, played by Robert Wolcheski on clarinet. we're going to hear a song that is not with Christmas, but it's with another holiday at this time called Hanukkah. It's going to be a duet, which means, again, two people playing trumpet. Michael Bodakowski and Jeff Richardson will play the Hanukkah song. We'll hear a song that's a type of dance from a long time ago. It's called a jig, and it will be featuring Tiffany Reisig playing flute. Now you will hear all the first-year clarinet students playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Next, you will hear a mixed group of trumpets and a trombone, and they're going to play Merrily We Roll Along. Next, we will hear a flute solo. It's going to feature Stacy Purvison playing Yankee Doodle. Now we're going to hear the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony again that we heard before. Except this time it's going to be played on alto saxophone, and it's going to feature Tina Vespasiano. At this time, we're going to put all the boys and girls together, and you're going to hear the band play Up on the Housetop. a jazz song called the Jazz Riff, played by Christina Corrado on flute. You will hear a song that most of you know. It's called Lightly Row, and it's going to feature Kristen Raccio playing clarinet. Will be a trumpet solo. It's going to be Michael Pepe playing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Song in our book was called a college song. A lot of people know it as a song called Aura Lee. And then Elvis Presley took this same song and he called it Love Me Tender. And it's going to be played by Trisha Lay on alto saxophone. Next, the flute duet. It's going to be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Carrie Wojciechowski and Brian Paul playing flute. Most of the boys and girls in the band this year have just began in October, so they've only been playing a few months and they're doing a great job after that short time. Earlier we heard the first year clarinets. Now we're going to hear the advanced clarinets, which means they're in their second or third year of playing, and they're going to play O Come, O Ye Faithful. hear one of our Christmas favorites called Silent Night. It'll be played by Tabitha Spaulding on flute. Christmas song, Deck the Halls, will be played by Eddie Lauper on clarinet. Last year, Eddie played the bass clarinet, which is a very large instrument. It's kind of like a combination between a clarinet and a saxophone. And then this year, he's playing just the regular B-flat clarinet. Now we'll hear a song that you'll recognize called When the Saints Go Marching In, and it will be played by Mark Tanucci on alto saxophone. This next song, everybody usually learns to sing before they're in school, but when you're going to play it on an instrument, it's a lot more difficult. It's the song Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it will be played by Sharon Faulkner on flute. The next duet you're going to hear features two of the saxophone players that have made it into our jazz band this year, and it's going to be Nicole Raccio and Denise Bogue, and they're going to be playing a jazz duet. When you hear that, it sounds pretty impressive, but the most impressive thing is that Nicole started playing the saxophone in October. The next duet is Angels We Have Heard on High, and it will feature Susan Anderson and Melissa Swantek on flute. I'd just like to tell you some things that are happening. The first part of the year is where the boys and girls really set the foundation for playing an instrument. They learn the basics. And now from January till the end of the school year is where it really gets exciting, because we have tryouts for very special groups. And the first one is called the Honors Band, which is 50 elementary students from across town. And the boys and girls who make it into the Honors Band get to wear a uniform and march in parades, and they go on trips. And they play music of a middle school difficulty level, so it's a little more advanced. Then we also have a flute choir, a clarinet choir, and a percussion ensemble, as well as a brass choir, which are groups made up of just those families of instruments. And we also have a jazz ensemble, which already started. So by the time the end of the year comes, the boys and girls have really advanced quite a bit. In addition to that, at the end of the year, I combine all the boys and girls from the elementary schools in town, and we're going to have a concert in June featuring all 350 students. So it's going to be pretty exciting. The last song we're going to play is Jingle Bells. We'd like you to sing along with us. And before we do, we'd like to thank you very much for coming and being a great audience. You were very quiet. Thank you. Thank you very much. On behalf of all the faculty and staff of Deer Run School, we'd like to wish everyone a very safe and happy holiday. Thank you.
Kindergarten through grade 3 will perform for you this morning. At this time, I'd like to turn our program over to our music teacher, Mrs. Ferrara. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Kane's School Christmas Concert. This is the flu season indeed. My president answers home with flu. A beautiful job she did in practice. Here's your program answer. Will Miss Murray's class please come up? Miss Murray's class will sing All I Want for Christmas. My two front teeth. And now Miss Murray's class will sing Must Be Santa.
Must be
Miss Mary's class will be class 9 and sign language. Will Mrs. Bendel's class please stand? Mrs. Bendel's class, first grade class, will first sing Here Comes Santa Claus, followed by Mr. Santa Claus.
Thank you.
normal Christmas song. Will Mrs. Lafferty's second grade class please rise? Quietly come forward. Mrs. Lafferty's second grade class first selection is In a Manger.
Thank you.
me a choral recitation of Visit from St. Nicholas.
Was the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were left so long, stuck in their beds, while dishes of sugar from dancing their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just celebrated for a long winter nap. But once my wonder and I should appear, our minister's sleigh with eight tiny reindeer. And the world driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. For rapid and he roped his horses they came, and whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. And then in a twinkling I heard on the wall the prancing and falling of each little horse. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came down. He was as tall as fur from his head to his foot. His clothes were all harnessed with ashes and soot. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His long little mouth was drawn up like a bow. The beard of his chin was as white as the snow. His gaunt little catty all tight in his teeth. His garter encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round nose that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Chubby John, bright jolly old elf, I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk, and made a finger a tie of his nose, giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his key gave a whistle, and away the yellow flew like a down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Thank you, Mrs. Lafferty. And now Mrs. Lafferty's class for their final selection, Jolly Little St. Nicholas.
Jolly little St. Nicholas, the year is away. Won't you tell a single soul what I want to say? Christmas is coming soon, now you dear old man. Whisper what you'll bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney calling round with your faculty. All the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one, you'll be sure to know. Johnny wants a pair of skates, Susie wants a car, Nancy wants a storybook, one to bring her joy. As for me, I'm not too sure, so I'll say goodnight. Choose for me your Santa Claus, what you think is right.
Now Mrs. Sarah's class, please, sing. class will sing Up on the Housetop with a few prizes. Jocelyn DeCosta will play the maracas, and Robert Sargento on both. Under the direction of a teacher who is now in the care of choral reading.
All the teachers here in New York are great. They tell about the joy of the holiday season. We were happy to be together. No one worries about the weather. The holiday season is just great. So many reasons to celebrate. Everyone wears big happy smiles. Friends and relatives cross the miles. Holiday foods are fun to make. Cookies on trays, ready to bake. Friends and relatives buy the bunch. Yummy holiday foods to munch. All the children are so excited. Waiting for the holiday. After the holiday dinner is done, songs and games are lots of fun. Presents are given to young adults. So many stories to be heard and told. Each family member is filled with delight to be here together on this happy night. We are happy to be together. No one worries about the weather. The holiday season is just great. So many reasons to celebrate. We hope you enjoyed our presentation, and we wish you a joyous holiday season. You a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, it's their turn now. We hope you like our program. Would you help us sing two songs? And for all of you, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Thank you.
into your teacher's Christmas unit. Thank you. Welcome to the Hayes School Christmas concert. Our program announcer, unfortunately, has the flu, and what a marvelous job she did. Jen Nuzzo, so I'm stepping in for Jen. The band, under the direction of Mr. Martino, will play some Christmas songs for you. Mr. Martino.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? The boys and girls at Hayes School this year are mostly beginners, and that, what I mean by that is most of them began this October, so they've only been playing a few months and they've done a great job. The remainder of them have been playing for 2 and 3 years, so it's the largest band we've had at Hayes School. From such a small school, we have such a large band. I'm very proud of them. They've been working very hard. What's going to happen today is I'm going to feature a lot of the boys and girls in smaller groups and solos so that they'll get used to playing in front of an audience. Because at the end of the year, I'm going to combine all the elementary school bands together that I teach at, and there's going to be 350 kids playing at once at the high school. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So we'll get used to it at this concert. And also, hopefully, you can compare how they play just beginning now and then at the end of the year so you can see how they progress. The first thing that we're going to have is a duet on clarinet, and it's going to be Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and it's going to feature Amanda Grabowski and Amy Durbacher. Next, we will hear from 3 of our trumpet players, a trumpet trio. A lot of people think the trumpet is the easiest instrument because it only has 3 buttons, but that's what makes it more difficult, because to change the notes, you have to tighten and loosen the muscles in your lips, so it's a little more difficult to play the different notes. So we're going to hear a French song. It's going to be played by Michael Cipollini, Mike Serio, and Brian Pettis on trumpet.
Next, we will have a flute duet. Jennifer Gallo and Christina Young will play Yankee Doodle. Next, we'll hear a song called Nightly Road, played by Sandra Broadfield, Tony Berg, and Jamie Grinzinski on clarinet. Next, we will have an alto saxophone duet. We Wish You a Merry Christmas will be played by Michael Boney and Jason Bedford. Now we will hear a flute duet called Tune for Two, and it will feature Tracy Berg and Kelly Pettis. Now we will hear from one of our third-year players. Greg Bell is playing in his third year, and he's going to play Rock Around the Clock on the slide trombone. Now we will hear the French song once again, but this time on flute, Angela Resignal and Rayanne D'Argento. Those girls just began in October on flute, and now here's a girl who began last year on flute, and you'll see how you can improve with just 1 year of practice. Liz Lopez will play "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." Next, we will hear from a first-year person playing alto saxophone. Julie Daly will play the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is called Ode to Joy. I have to compliment, this is the best audience I have ever had. You guys are so quiet. Next, we will hear the song America, played on flute by Dina Pepe. The next feature was going to be a trombone section trio, but one of our trombone players is homesick, so we're going to have a trombone duet. Greg Bell in his third year playing, and Tom is only in his first year, so they're going to play Good King Wenceslas. Tom has worked very hard as a first-year player to play this song with the advanced players, and he came in this morning with a cast on his arm, and I was a little nervous. I said if he played any instrument but the trombone, he probably wouldn't be playing today, so we're lucky that it has no valves or buttons. group of students, I'd like to just tell all the parents who are parents of the boys and girls who are playing instruments that in January it's going to be an exciting time on your instrument, because in January we have tryouts for all the special groups. The first one will be called the Honors Band, and that's the group that you see marching in parades with the full uniform, and they go on trips to play in hospitals. We also have a clarinet ensemble, which is a band made up of just clarinets, and a flute choir, which is another group of just flutes, and we also have a percussion ensemble and a brass choir. And these groups rehearse after school at different schools, and the boys and girls audition to get in, and they receive awards for being in these groups. And the more groups that they're involved with, the better they know how to play. In addition to that, we have a jazz ensemble, which has already started, and some of the boys and girls at Hayes School are in the jazz ensemble, and they've been working very hard. So we have a lot going on, and from January to the end of the year is when the program really takes full steam, and you'll see a big improvement in their playing now that we're through the beginning stages. The next and final selection before the band plays their final selection will be America the Beautiful. It's a flute duet, and will feature Lynn Salone and Kim Gibbons. Our final selection will be Jingle Bells, and on behalf of the entire faculty and staff at Hayes School, we'd like to wish everyone a very safe and happy holiday, and then I'll turn the program over to Mrs. Sam McGavin.